Hey guys, it's Felicia, aka Miss Hotmess and her randomness. So, by the way, good afternoon, good New Year's, whatever. So, still healing from my 8th trigger finger. That's actually not the real reason why of this video. So, I am absolutely to the point that I will graciously admit that I'm broken. And a big portion of how and why I am broken is because how others have treated me or how I was taught. So actually what's funny is I have a few friends that recently have posted up these pictures and everything that show these mirrors, and around it says, "You are the only person responsible for the way you feel." I agree to that to a certain degree. When you are 8 years old and you are being physically abused by a parent, how are you responsible on the way you're supposed to feel, or then develop how you're supposed to feel towards other human beings? Please explain that one to me. So unfortunately, and this is a he said, she said bullshit type situation, because meaning that my version, my life, the way I feel it was, and I'm not the only person who can correlate this, is that there were moments when a parent did not handle things the way, there's a difference between ass slapping, slapping your child's ass for a spanking, then when you are literally, when your child is basically hyperventilating and snot's coming down and it's running in fear of you. There's a level of where is the disconnect on that? So basically the childhood I had overall was a good childhood. Not knocking that. There was a lot of things that I honestly basically, I was a spoiled fucking asshole child, because there was shit that basically I did that was not. You don't steal from your parents, at least the amount that I did. It's all children have probably taken $1 out of their parents' wallet to basically buy candy or something. But when you blatantly and this is now in hindsight that I say this, I didn't know the value of coin collections as a kid. I was just oh, I want candy, so I'm gonna go raid my dad's closet and I'm gonna help myself to his freaking $50 or Susan B. Anthony dollar coins, shit like that, just so I could fucking feed my candy habit as a diabetic. Yeah, go figure. But then there was other shit that I did, and the meaning of why I did it was, there was a part of me that meant it to be helping other people, but I still was an asshole because I broke into my parents' bank account and I would withdraw money to help and buy friendships. I straight out started buying friendships at a very early age. At basically, I think it was 12 or 13, I was at School of the Future in New York for 7th grade, and my interpretation of the way that my life was versus some of my classmates was that my parents were rich. I think that year we were given, the following year we were given Game Boys. We went on these trips and things like that. And so one thing is big asterisk. So basically, parents, you should inform your children basically the value of $1 and being we're going on a family trip this year, but mommy and daddy literally, or mommy or daddy, whatever the dynamic of the family makeup is, mommy and mommy, daddy and daddy, whatever it is, we busted our butt. We had to do multiple hours of overtime, or this was savings. We earned this trip. We worked for it, because as a child, I didn't understand the value of $1. I as a 41, almost 42-year-old adult. I'm not a child. I'm actually still a child, I swear. I am finally realizing how to fix my credit, how to do X, Y, and Z. Like, these are just things that it took me so long to do because I was so unaware. And a lot of it was privileged and everything like that. So I'm not like saying that I wasn't. But so I put myself in these financial situations that I was. And so I'm not knocking that. But if I probably was more aware of like the fact that my family busted their butt to go on the trips and the flights and the things to go see family across the US and everything like that, like maybe I would have not thought like basically so being like, oh, my parents will do whatever for me or whatever, like that type of thing, like that mentality, that entitlement. So in 7th grade, I legit would rob my parents. I would go to the ATM, withdraw money and everything like that, and I would buy my friendships, like I said, like from buying like classmates like clothes to basically buying like their lunches, like all these things. But my intent was basically like being like, I had classmates that appeared to be worse off than my family was. Like, I had a classmate who wore almost the same outfit like for like a week straight. Come to find out, like, her parents were in the picture but weren't in the picture. There was issues happening. They didn't have a lot of money, and this was a charter school, so basically like you had to work your way, like you had to do really good. And so like I bought her clothes and everything like that, and like kudos to me that I did something nice for someone else. But like I did it because I stole something from it, like so yeah, I had a good heart where it's coming from, but I also did a bad thing to get it. So basically, like, again, this was meant to go to a different aspect, but so a big portion of where I was trying to go is that like I've been broken for a very long period in my life, that like back to where I was trying to go, the way that I was grown up, or the way that I was taught how relationships was very unhealthy. That Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, basically, when someone got really fucking angry, they were allowed to go full frontal, like fucking like psychotic, like take their wrath out at the family and everything like that. But then the next day, like, you couldn't talk to anybody about it. You couldn't tell DSS. You couldn't tell your teachers. You like couldn't tell even your friends. Like, so now I'm building up these like lying relationships with people that I'm supposed to be friends with, even though they could see something was wrong, because someone didn't want to lose their freaking job. And in all honesty, their job, yes, gave us a lifestyle that we had, but at the same time, like, you now are pulling that over on top of us, whatever, blah, 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 all that good stuff. But then you're like, the next day, you're like, but I love you, da, 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 da. So, like, it's a psychotic, like breakdown of being like, let me hit you, but then the next day, like, I love you, I buy you a treat, presents or whatever, like that, like, and, like, I was ingrained in a very early state of an unhealthy, like, relationship when it came to guy and girl. Like, the value of love came with sex. And basically that, I also grew up in New York City, so there was a lot of things that, like, most kids at 13 years old don't already aware of. Plus, this was also in the early HBO days, and Skinamax and things like that, and I was always curious. I was like, oh, let me find out things. But the big thing was that one of the books that I had to read for School of the Future, the school that I went to for 7th grade, was Bleecker Street. So in 7th grade, I was learning about rape, about sex, things like that. So I was already kind of like aware of things that most adults are just learning about. So again, slightly broken. But like today, I can say, like, I have never had a healthy, real relationship. I've had close to one. It wasn't a relationship. He never referred to me as his girlfriend. He just basically there were things that I got to experience, like I got to go to events with him, things like that. Like I said, it was like probably the closest thing to a real relationship that I've had in forever. But at the same time, like, basically, if you're in a relationship, the other partner should be like, this is my person, and you should be able to, and not being like, oh, they're basically like your sugar daddy or anything like that and whatnot, like that type of thing. Just saying, because he was actually he is the oldest guy that I've ever gone out with, and I keep forgetting that I've actually gone out with a couple guys that were older than me, but they're always like a couple years ahead of me. Like, they're not like 10 years older than me, but usually I go for guys younger than me. And I've always put sex as a way to show that someone cares about you. Like if they're willing to do this, which is bullshit. Bull fucking shit. Like you should be able to hang out, have a conversation, be able to go and do things, not just hang out in the bedroom. Yeah, sex is great. Sex is fabulous if you have a partner if you guys mesh well in the bedroom and everything. That's great. But that's a bonus thing, because in all honesty, there's gonna be a point that one or both of you can't do your shit anymore. Like women, we have an issue we get to a point that basically dryness is an issue. Like your sex drive might have issues. You start going through menopause, like the change, things like that. Now, men, on the other hand, you have erectile dysfunction. Your penis doesn't want to get all the way at attention. Your sex drive is going down. Your libido. That's actually sex drive too. But basically, you have all these little things that start happening, and we all, doesn't matter, male, female, we all have our issues. But having that real relationship. Having that relationship that you, at the end of the day, can feel comfortable with the other person, that you can share all your good, your bad, your indifferent, all the secrets, things like that, the things you can't tell your people at work, that you just feel all right with. That's what the real purpose of a relationship is, that you have that other person. And I've honestly never fucking had that. 40 fucking 1 years old, almost 42 years old. I've never had that. I've given people titles of boyfriends that really weren't boyfriends. So I've really never had a boyfriend. I've had sex partners. I've had people that literally mind fucked me. And as in the fact that being we're together, we live together, but we're not having sex. That was back in the day of the rave days and freaking the beginning of my drug days and stuff like that. That never had sex. So that was a fucking shit show of a situation. But yeah, I've been broken. I am broken to the point that I'm trying to fix myself. To the point that I've made references to this before on one of my videos. I'm great at cock blocking myself. If I really wanted to get sex right now, I could. Anybody could, technically. And I'm talking without paying for it, or without technically actually that selling my soul, I would, because technically it's not what I'm looking for. So, yeah. But basically, what I'm looking for is actual relationship before sex. I've had people that have inquired about sex in the last year, and I'm like, nope, no thank you. I legit haven't had sex since December of 2020. I had to think, because 2021 just went by. 2021, nothing's gotten inside of me. Haven't even put anything to insert into me. That's not saying I didn't masturbate. Just gonna be upfront about that. Sorry for the TMI people and ones who are my family members or whatever. Dude, if you don't masturbate, you what the fuck's wrong with you? Everybody fucking masturbates. You might not do it every day. You might not do it continue. You have your own way of masturbating. And I will tell you, sometimes masturbating is just a mental thing. Just gonna say it. So, but back to it all. I've cockblocked myself since December of 2020 on purpose, because I'm not just looking for a fuck buddy. I would like a relationship. But today's day and age, it's one, instant gratification. Two, it's about popping on the cock or popping it in the pussy really quickly and everything like that. It's all about basically more of the hookups and everything. And it's what the fuck? First off, what happened to the good guys and good gals? This is a blanket statement for all humans at this point. What happened to the people that actually want to be in a relationship? Do you guys already have it's there's just a lot of us that want to be in a relationship, but unfortunately we get the fucking jackass magnets put on, and that's all we fucking attract, and we start losing hope and everything like that. Or the ones that basically are the good guys or gals, or the ones that we're interested, are underneath this umbrella, broken as well, gay and not interested in you and your gender, in a relationship, or they basically work too much, type thing. Like, that's kind of where I'm at right now, like, basically. And I am not a gold digger in the fact of I'm not looking for a sugar daddy. Hell, I'm pretty much a sugar mama at this point. And I'm not saying like I have all this money and everything like that, but like I don't need anybody to be like, presents are nice. We all like presents, but meaning though, like, I right now am I'm doing all right for myself, as in like each month I can pay my stuff. I might be living paycheck to paycheck, but I'm happy. Overall, I'm happy. Do I want to travel? Hell yeah. But yeah. So, but yeah, I just would like to find a person who accepts me for being broken, who wants to actually be in a relationship. And yeah, it is what it is. So that was this is one of my longest videos. I apologize, but I do think I might have only sworn once, and it was more a verb than anything else. So you guys know the drill at this point. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. So yeah. And if you are interested and you are the one trying to pursue me and everything like that, maybe follow through with the fact, instead of like dropping off the radar and stuff like that and being like whatever. So yeah, that's the other thing, is like, people stop dropping balls, literally and figuratively. But yeah, like, subscribe, share, comment. Maybe we should have a contest being like, Felicia will get a boyfriend in 2043. At this rate, because that's kind of where I feel like it'll be another 21 years till I actually get in an actual healthy relationship. I'll be 63, being like, hey. So yeah. I'm gonna shut up. It's 17 minutes. You have your other videos you can watch and stuff like that. Like, yeah. So thank you all for putting up with me. I appreciate it, and I hope you all have a great day. Thank you. Bye, guys.